Hey all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mahony, and this is Spiritual Superheroes Coaching. Today I am here to talk to you all about the subconscious mind. Now before we get into it, give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get the notifications. So firstly, I will explain how the conscious mind works. So the best way I can explain the conscious mind is that the conscious mind is where we learn. So an example would be, consciously we may want to learn how to make a bookshelf. So then we go on searching for information on how to build a bookshelf. We may Google it, we may look in a book as to how to obtain this information. So consciously we are searching for the required information, and when we in fact obtain this information, we read through it consciously, and therefore as we are drinking in this information, we are consciously drinking it in. While we are consciously drinking in this knowledge, we are actually learning. While I myself have always had a huge thirst for knowledge, I at the same time, over the years, have struggled with a certain level of learning disability. Me, myself, not just learning, but actually learning and retaining information has not always come easy. But as always, this is where Joel's superness comes into play. Learning and learning consciously has always been a big part of what's got me to where I am today. Much like things to do with my physical disability, I have had to make adjustments to the way I learn things because of my learning disability. At the same time, my life experiences have taught me a lot more than any book can. I myself have always found that I've always been more of a hands-on learner. I learn a lot quicker by actually experiencing things and doing things sort of for myself rather than learning things out of a book, because I don't retain information that well. When I read books, for example, it takes me 3 or 4 times to read one book to actually retain the information. So I retain information a lot quicker by actually experiencing things. This is also why journaling is so high up on my list of things that I love to do, because for those of us that have bad memories, journaling is a good way to go back to remember things that you have to remember by writing them down. Now, as far as conscious and subconscious go, journaling is a bit of a tricky one, because journaling can both be considered to be a subconscious thing and a conscious thing. So now I'll explain why. On one hand, while we are just, say, writing down a note, we are consciously writing down this note. Say we may be writing down a message for someone that may have called, and we have to pass that message on to another person. We are consciously writing a message for this other person that we'll need to pass the message on to. So that is writing things down within our conscious mind. Now, an example of subconscious writing would be actually creative writing, because in a journaling sense, or even writing a book sense, we can get in the zone and actually reach outside ourselves to find the words. So when we actually venture outside ourselves to then produce what we are trying to produce as far as the writing goes, we are doing that from a place in our subconscious. Which leads me to the subconscious. I will now explain a little bit about how the subconscious works. Now, the way the subconscious works is that when we learn something and actually retain that information, we are then able to look back at that information when we need it and do whatever it is that we have learnt with our subconscious. We do things often without even a second thought, and that is from a subconscious place within us, because we have the information inside us, so we then do a lot of things just as second nature because we know how to do those things because we've done them so many times. So consciously we learn and subconsciously we do. My question to you all is that if we do most things with our subconscious, what stops us when we hit a roadblock towards doing something that we really want to do? The answer to that question is that our fears are all lying beneath in the subconscious as well. Now, our natural human instinct is to shy away from our fears. Now, I know this is going to sound crazy, but we mustn't shy away from our fears. We have to lean into them. We have to get to know our fears. By getting to know our fears, we are actually getting to know ourselves better. By getting to know ourselves better, we can better control our fears. So what are your fears? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm Mahony. I thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace out.